into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to it. You are live with Expresso. Make a choice right now to have the most amazing day. We'll see if we can nudge you along the way with our Heritage Day or pre-Heritage Day celebrations. Of course, Heritage Day tomorrow, where we get to indulge in some of our favorite meals. Just one of the ways that we can appreciate our South African culture. And today, Jamie's ready to share her favorite recipe, being a tomato biryani. There was so much talk about the perfect biryani yesterday that we're going to get those results today. Then for dessert, Clem is whipping up some peppermint crisp ice cream sandwiches. Oh my word, it couldn't get any better than that. So the sooner we kick off, the sooner we can tuck in. So let's do just that. Good morning, gorgeous people.
Good morning, G. What a way to start a Wednesday, just speaking about all those things. I mean, it is Heritage Month. We are going to be celebrating the spirit of Ubuntu here on the show today with Tastic and Laduma.
Laduma, yeah, that's right. We're being naughty on the show. We're making, as you heard, some savouries and some sweet things, but the savouries is what I'm looking forward to. And I heard that, Jamie, you are going to be cooking up something special for us in the kitchen today, yeah?
I am, and Loki, I feel like there's a lot of pressure because you always want to have that perfect tomato breedy, but I'm going to be sharing with everyone at home, one of our favorite recipes. It is a Domburg family recipe, so please, no judgment, don't come for me. But of course, we're asking you on our social media this morning, what would you pair your Tastic rice with? Because we do know Tastic cooks perfectly every single time. It's just that white, fluffy goodness. So a breedy is always something to pair it with. What about you, Raul? What do you
I was going to say a breedy is high up in the ranks in my home, so there's a lot of pressure on you, but a standard curry is like the perfect addition for rice. I mean, you can make a stew or anything, but I know you guys are going to come through with all the ideas because you can literally pair it with almost anything, and I'm excited to see what that is. So let us know on our social media channels, of course, while Jamie and I get back to the good stuff. Let's find out what's happening first up in the news.
Thanks so much, team. Let's start here in South Africa, where government plans to intensify law enforcement operations during Alert Level 1 of our lockdown. Our Police Minister, Bheki Cele, said business owners who insist on flouting the rules could lose their operating licenses. He said more than 300,000 people have been arrested and charged for violating lockdown regulations countrywide since the lockdown started back in March. Meanwhile, more than 16,000 police officers had tested positive for COVID-19, 250 having passed away. Countrywide cases now stand at 663,282 with 126 new fatalities. The death toll is sitting at 16,118. Staying in the country, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula has conveyed his condolences to the families of 13 people who died in an accident near Pietermaritzburg yesterday. This as KwaZulu-Natal law enforcement officers are searching for a tipper truck driver who allegedly caused the fatal accident and then fled the scene. It's believed a tanker was trying to avoid the tipper truck, which reportedly didn't stop at a yield sign. The accident also had an impact on traffic, taking over 5 hours to clear the debris. Then on the international front, a young Ethiopian journalist has produced and distributed the country's first Braille newspaper. Fiori Tewolde had been working for the state-owned Addis Azema newspaper when she decided to switch her attention to providing a service for blind readers. A pioneering newspaper called Fetil will be published every Wednesday and will cover social, economic and political issues. The articles are written by journalists who are volunteering their time. Fiori said that it would also include special investigative reports on the challenges that people with disabilities face in Ethiopia. Then further afield, much further afield, in fact, the US space agency NASA has formally outlined its $28 billion plan to return to the moon by 2024. The space agency plans to land the first woman ever there and the first man since 1972 through its Artemis program. The astronauts will be fitted with modern spacesuits that allow for much greater flexibility than those used by earlier astronauts. And they'll be collecting samples, conducting a range of science experiments over the course of some 7 days. Phase 1 of the Artemis program includes an uncrewed test flight around the moon, and that'll happen early next year. And now, bringing it firmly back home, some great news for us from all over South Africa's wild province, the Eastern Cape. So South Africa's wild province, as it's dubbed, features expanses of untouched beach, bush and forest. This was Madiba's home province and is an area with some enticing attractions, among them the Addo Elephant National Park, with the densest elephant population in the world. The dramatic wild coast, of course, and Mandela's home of Uno. But this week, an amazing must-see tourist spot was reopened for the public to visit. The almost 40 meters high big tree towering over the forest in Tsitsikamma's Garden Route National Park. The Department of Tourism pumped 17 million rand of funding into the project as a means to improve the park and bring it to on par with international tourist attraction standards. The ancient Otanikwa yellowwood, estimated to be about 1,000 years old, was inaccessible for almost 3 years due to roadworks in the area. Meanwhile, Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane was captured on camera leaping off the highest bungee jumping bridge in the world at Blokrans in Tsitsikamma. I've done it before, it's terrifying. He also attended the unveiling of the building facilities of the Big Tree National Park as part of developing the province's tourism sector in post-lockdown times. Go and pay the visit, you will not regret it. That's where we leave our news for now. Let's dive into our sporting headlines. We kick it off with netball. After being given the go-ahead to resume professional netball training and play as of this month, Netball South Africa has now announced the addition of 2 new teams to the 2020 Telkom Netball League. The Western Cape's Tornadoes and KwaZulu-Natal's Kingdom Queens will make their debut in the tournament starting the middle of October. The TNL will feature 12 teams, including reigning champions, the Gauteng Jaguars. Then on the international front in cricket, Indian Premier League action continued yesterday with plenty of South Africans in the mix. The Rajasthan Royals claiming a 16-run win over the Chennai Super Kings. That was at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Both Sanju Samson and Steve Smith scoring half centuries to take the Royals to 216 for 7 in their 20 overs. And despite the efforts of South African former captain Faf du Plessis, who reached 72 from just 37 deliveries, CSK only managed 200 for 6. There'll be one IPL fixture today. That's the Kolkata Knight Riders up against defending champions, the Mumbai Indians. They'll kick off at 4 p.m. SA time. On to football. A late penalty from midfielder Juan Mata before the stroke of half-time, and late goals by Marcus Rashford and Mason Greenwood. They confirmed a 3-0 win for Manchester United over Luton Town in the third round of the Carabao Cup at Kenilworth Road late last night. Second biggest fixture of the night between Tottenham Hotspur and Leyton Orient was postponed due to positive COVID-19 tests at the League Two club. So Leicester City, Arsenal and Chelsea will all be in League Cup action this evening, kicking off at 9:15. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines. Let's take a look at some beautiful sunrise pictures that you guys have sent in and a broader scope of the weather.
It is now time for us to kick off the first look at the weather this morning with your sunrise pictures. We start in Johannesburg with Ntokozo Makatini's deep orange skyline of the golden sun making its way to the top. Now, Johannesburg, your temperatures today range from a minimum of 9 degrees and will reach a maximum of 25 degrees. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day for you, Johannesburg. Now, we're moving over to the Northern Cape with Nick Lombard's bright sunrise picture captured in Lurifontein. Now, you will enjoy clear skies today. Your day starts off with a low of 8 degrees and will reach an afternoon temperature of 31 degrees. I think it's time to bring out the mocktails today, everybody. But thank you so much for your sunrise pictures. Please continue to share them on our social media and we will show them live on the show. Now, news regarding the severe drought in the Eastern Cape is that more than 50 million rand has been made available for drought intervention in the province's municipalities. Now, many Nelson Mandela Bay municipality residents are already experiencing day zero with tankers delivering water to them daily. Water and Sanitation Department's Acting Director General Trevor Bolzer yesterday said his department, together with Amatola Water and relevant municipalities, had been working hard to bring relief to all communities that are affected by the drought since the province was declared a drought-stricken area. Now, these efforts include, amongst others, the completion of water schemes, additional water tanks, drilling of boreholes and the laying of water pipelines. Now bring it back home again. It is going to be a fine and warm Wednesday across the country. Here are the temperatures for the day on this beautiful Wednesday. Now it is going to be a sunny day for you, Polokwane, with a low of 9, peaking at 24 degrees. Umbombela, your low is coming through with 11 and a high of 27. Mostly sunny conditions can be found in Pretoria today with a minimum of 11 and a maximum of 28. Joe Hasselberg, who wakes up to a low of 9 with a high of 25. Mahikeng, 14, 27, and then Klerksdorp, your temperatures range from 12 to 28 degrees. Kimberley, 15, 30. Bloemfontein, 7, 26. If you're out in Richards Bay, your minimum is 16 with a maximum of 29. Pietermaritzburg, for you, it is 13, 30. South Africa's playground Durban ranges from 13 to 26 today. It's going to be a beautiful hot day. Mthatha, 10, 32. East London, 10, 22. If you find yourself in Craddock, your minimum temperature is 9 with a maximum of 32. The friendly city of Port Elizabeth, PE, ranges from 9 to 21. George, 10, 23. A sunny day is expected in the mother city, Cape Town, ranging from 11 to 22. Worcester coming through with a low of 10 and a high of 30. And then Sutherland starts the day with below 0 with -5 and a maximum of 26. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington coming through with a low of 13, peaking at 33 today. Like I said, it is a day for lots of mocktails, but whatever you do, remember to keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Or maybe even the odd real cocktail, I don't know, because it's kind of a Friday. Hey, it's Heritage Day tomorrow. A lot of Braai days is going to be kind of happening across the land tomorrow. So we'll treat this as a fake Friday today.
It feels like a Friday.
It really does. It's got that kind of vibe. So hopefully you're enjoying a shorter week and you are going to be able to take a bit of time off. But we all want to get those Friday feels, and maybe we'll be able to give you exactly that. Imagine being able to flip one of these red caps to win yourself an insane prize, like a grand prize of a Samsung microwave. Absolutely beautiful. But you still have a bit of time until Real Friday, which is when we actually do the spinning. So you can get on it, you can start looking for your promotional packs and hopefully win.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. So what you got to do to enter is the following, guys. So buy any Tropica promotional pack with a red cap, and then flip the cap, and if you find smooth underneath the cap, you stand a chance of winning. And if you don't find smooth, then try flipping another cap right up until you do.
Yeah, just keep on going, man. Keep on going. And then once you've found smooth, you follow those details. It really is that simple. And then you get, obviously, the opportunity of being put into our weekly grand prize draw on Expresso, where we've got a ton of prizes like TVs, washing machines, fridges up for grabs. It really is that simple. So this Friday, you could be flipping the caps for a Samsung microwave, as I've said, which is a great prize. Just imagine having a stylish, powerful, brand new microwave sitting in your kitchen. It really could be yours. You've got to go to Tropica to enter. The more Tropica you buy and find smooth, the more chances you have of winning. You can find all the details on tropica.co.za. Let's give you a little hint here. You can have a look. Oh, not
so smooth, G.
Not smooth. Okay, I actually know where the smooth is. So please don't when you flip on smooth. That smooth man. Okay, we're going to move that, eh? So don't come and choose 3 on Friday if you're the lucky winner. But go and get your promotional pack of Tropica. Hopefully you'll find smooth under that cap, and you'll be joining us for our grand prize. Smooth or not smooth flipping opportunity here on the show.
Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy Tropica. Flip the cap. If you find smooth, you stand a chance to win smooth prizes. Tropica. Nothing smoother.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back as we get creative this morning. Now it's Heritage Month, obviously, where we get to explore and revel in all things cultural within South Africa. And we celebrate the spirit of Ubuntu this Heritage Month with a tastic, a staple and very much a part of our South African DNA. And in collaboration with renowned knitwear designer Laduma Nkokolo of the Makosa brand, they've come together to create a limited edition heritage-inspired pack. Take a look.
Igama lam ndinguLaduma Nkokolo, ndingumXhosa qho. But many people know me as Maxhosa Africa. When I was 15 years old, my late mother, she took me to a thrift store that sells clothes and various other second-hand products. And we were there to actually purchase a pair of shoes, and she stumbled upon a hand knitting machine. That was the start actually of my passion on textiles, fashion, and everything that I do now. One of the most important values that my late mother taught me was that education was the catalyst that could only breed progress. True generosity to me means giving without expecting, and when you give wholeheartedly, the blessings come back abundantly. The thesis question that I chose for my final year at the Nelson Mandela University was called, how could Amakwala dress up like in the modern day using cultural references? I personally felt like when I was a Xhosa initiate, the clothes that we were prescribed to wear were not representative of who we are as Xhosa people. The pieces that I actually designed as part of that project are what Maxhosa is today. The pack that I designed for this year's Heritage Month was inspired by my appreciation for cultural reference. In this case, that is beadwork. My personal story with the testing was that if you are sent to Ispaza shop to go and buy rice, a bag of testing will be the brand of choice that they will tell you to buy. You just throw it in the pot and then it makes magic. Partnering with Tastic means that there is an opportunity to actually cross lines with a heritage brand that has a DNA and already a proven track record from the market, and it is an exploration on how we can actually accentuate the power of heritage. Heritage to me means more than just our piece of history being in museums and anthropology books. It is a DNA that defines us as people and gives us an idea where we come from, where we are, and where we can potentially go to. One of the things that we have that is left and that is the most valuable commodity is our culture and our heritage. It can last millions of years. In fact, it is infinite.
This Heritage Month, Tastic and I invite you to celebrate Ubuntu through little acts of kindness. Remember, Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Gabantu.
Ah, that's just incredible. Now, Laduma Nkokolo's celebration of the spirit of Ubuntu and the power of small acts of kindness is a powerful and emotional gesture which has inspired many others to celebrate themselves too, such as Pasetsana Kumalo.
Dumelang. Welcome to my kitchen of generosity. My name is Pasetsana Kumalo. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm an author, and I'm an entrepreneur. So listen, today, I decided we're gonna make this fantastic recipe that I actually grew up on. So the ingredients that we are using today is corn, parsley, the lovely green beans, some eggplant, some mushrooms. So my water is boiling nicely. Let me get my testic rice in there. Generosity means a lot of things. It means a consciousness of a giving heart, the understanding of the responsibility that sharing is indeed caring. You know, heritage for me, what does it mean to me? It means being proud that there's generations before you that have paved the way. And it is that heritage that we need to uphold. Let's dig in. This Heritage Month, Testic and I invite you to celebrate Ubuntu through little acts of kindness. Motu, Kimutu, Kabatu.
Oh, I absolutely love that insight by the Queen herself. And now, inspired by this and to further celebrate our diversity, we're being treated to a recipe that is near and dear to the very heart of our own Jamie Lee, and that is called the tomato breedy. Like Tastic, this is a dish that has graced the table of many South Africans, and every family has their own special way to enjoy it. Now, one thing that is always the same, however, is that Tastic brings families and friends together through meals. And Jamie is standing by with a spoon in hand to show us exactly how it is made. Jamie Lee Domberg, this is such an incredible moment. We're going to find out if you can join the upper echelons of the mamas and the gogos on the table as a tomato breedy specialist.
The pressure is so on right now. Also, Loki, because yesterday I actually sent in the WhatsApp, the family WhatsApp group. I was like, guys, I'm actually cooking on the show. And they were like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm cooking. Because I normally don't cook. But you know what? I love cooking. I just don't like cooking for my family because there's always that one auntie like, say, kani is tomati, Maggie, you know what I mean? But today I'm going to show the entire South Africa that I can cook okay. And so we're gonna be making a tomato breedy, and this is something that my grandfather taught us as we were younger growing up. You're going to start off with the basic. We are going to start with our lamb stew first, so our lamb meat first. You can use any meat. You can use chicken. You can use mince if you want to. Absolutely anything. But of course, we're doing it with the lamb today. I did... when I say I, Nicole and Kelly did this for me. So they browned the meat first in this pot over here with some oil. So you want to keep that same pot because all the flavors is gonna get in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to throw in a nice on medium heat. We're gonna put our onions in over there, and die pot moet eers te sing. Die pot moet
then you
sing,
know
okay?
Cooking in the kitchen,
then you know.
Sure. Now, I must just say, Jamie, this is where I need to pay attention because this for me is like where I feel the love, the secret ingredients, and that little special twang comes through. So I'm paying attention here, and you obviously started with the onions, I see.
Yes.
But the good stuff is yet to come. This is what really turns this dish up, I imagine, right?
Absolutely. You do want to go in with your spices. Again, tomato breedy, everyone has their own version of it, and there's different variations to it. So again, your ancestors will tell you how many spices you need to use and everything. I'm going to put some bay leaves in as well, just for the flavoring and the... Okay, maybe if it goes in there. There we go. And then you can go with your spice. So a bit of garam masala going in there.
How could you not?
I mean, that flavor alone. And just onions as well. Like that always just... The onions sets the tone for absolutely everything. Yes.
As soon, well, literally, the minute you put it in the pot, it made me feel like, okay, now I'm starting to feel like I'm back home here a little bit.
Are you
we're almost there.
Who makes tomato breedy in your family?
My mom is like a specialist when it comes to tomato breedy, and I've lived off that stuff, and it's made me...
Yes, clearly.
So I'm expecting more of this, okay.
So I put some cinnamon in as well, and then we're going to put in... our cloves as well. So cloves, so all our spices is going to go in, and it's going to give it like that charred flavor as well. You're going to put your cardamom seeds in, cardamom, as we know it as well.
Yes.
And then some chili. If you're not making for kids or whatever, you can add the chili in as well. So that's going to go in.
Guys, if you just joined us, of course, head over to expressoshow.com. Jamie and I are putting this pot through its paces and doing something very special. We're reaching back to our heritage, and we're making a tomato breedy, which for both of us is something so special to our homes. And we're using tastic rice as well. And we asked you earlier in the show what you would make with your tastic rice and what's one of your most special dishes that comes to mind. And of course, we're asking you to let us know. So find us on expressoshow.com as well, where you can find this recipe and some inspiration. But Jamie, how are we doing over there? It's smelling good. It's smelling like I'm back at home already.
Yay!
Yes.
I just threw the garlic in now. Like G said, always garlic does have a high content of sugar, so you want to add that in a bit later.
Wow, gee, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming through on that.
absolutely. And if all else fails, you just say it's aromatic flavors, because I've learned it's all about the language that you use in.
And that beautiful hand gesture, I see you've got it locked down,
You
the
know what I
flavors
mean?
and the textures and the
Perfect. So we're going to put our meat in there as well. And while this just simmers.
Yeah, there we go. That's
I
that
love
simmer
that.
I was waiting for.
This is the best part now, is we're going to cook our rice. And the rice is really the hero of the dish, because you want it white and fluffy, okay? So we're going to take 1 cup of rice.
Okay.
Going in there. And there's so much variation. If you are wanting a high fiber, you can use some brown rice, all of that, some sushi rice, absolutely, but we're using white rice today.
Sushi rice in a tomato bean.
No, I
that
just
would be
mean
very,
there
very
is a
cultured,
variation of rice now. Here we go. So you're going to put your rice in some nice medium heat with 6 cups of water, and 1 cup of rice actually makes 6 cups of rice as well. So once
it swells up
once it
and
swells up,
absorbs.
so that is perfect.
I kind of always get caught out on that. I'm like, that cup's not going to feed me, and then poof, like 5 times the
No
size.
problem.
I'm like,
No problem.
I did a bit too much here.
Don't forget your seasoning. There we go.
Beautiful.
Some salt, and that's going to cook for 20 to 25 minutes. It's going to give you that white, fluffy rice cooked to perfection. You want that for your bed of tomato. This is going in nicely. You're then just going to throw in your tomato. This is canned tomatoes, and I know everyone's like, what are you doing? This is about the convenience, okay? I'm like a modern mom, so you could use tomato paste if you want a thicker concentration as well. So you're gonna let that simmer in there. Gonna bring that to a nice little boil. This is gonna sit for about 2 to 3 hours. You're gonna throw your potatoes in as well. So let me just throw your potatoes in.
And those potatoes, have they been like parboiled or anything before?
No,
Is it
they're
just
not,
straight
because
up?
you want that to also just simmer, and then, oopsie, let me just do that.
You're very, very elegant in the kitchen. I know, like, Chef
Am
Kim
I?
would have taken that bowl and just gone, wah, straight in the pot.
But yes, because I'm using, tin tomatoes, I don't want too much water. So just gonna give that
there's a method to this.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Very
and then,
nice.
again, I just want to end off with some salt and some pepper, because your seasoning is very important. Your salt, your pepper. Voila, and I feel like my ancestors in Calvinia is smiling, because I can finally cook. I can finally bring a husband home, everybody, because Jamie just made a tomato breedy on national TV.
Well done, well done. I can't say it enough, but I think we have a supermom in the building. Of course, she ticks all the boxes, and I think she's just ticked the box when it comes to cooking and making something special when it comes to Heritage Day. So tomato breedy, check it out on our Expresso Facebook page, or of course, expressoshow.com. Otherwise, enjoy the last of our Fake Friday. Have a beautiful one. Well
This
done,
Heritage
man.
Month, Tastic and I invite you to celebrate Ubuntu through little acts of kindness. Remember, Ubuntu, ngumntu, ngabantu.
Oh, you can make my day.
Hey Expresso family, it's time for you to get creative and start cooking or baking your family favorites with Snowflake for your chance to win great cash prizes.
We want you to share your Snowflake homemade creations and memories with families all around South Africa.
Share a photo of your Snowflake homemade recipe using any Snowflake product to our Expresso Facebook or Twitter page. Tell us why this recipe is so special to you and use the hashtag Snowflake Homemade.
And 3 lucky winners will walk away with a grand prize of 5,000 Rand cash each.
Create flop-proof homemade happiness and memories with Snowflake.
The competition closes the 30th of September 2020 and T's and C's can be found at www.expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Ooh, welcome back. You hear it, you know what time it is. It is time to celebrate some birthdays. Now, if you are an avid social media user like G over here, you'll know exactly who Jordan Woods is. She's, of course, an American social media star who's better known as Kylie Jenner's
former best friend.
Let's not get into that. She's now focused on herself and her career. And since it is her crown birthday, we hope she enjoys it. Here is to you, Jordan. And a good year for you because, I mean, you've been slaying the game. We've seen you out on the social media. Happy birthday to you, Jordan Woods.
Probably another future billionaire in the making. Jordan, have an amazing day if you're watching us on some social media platform somewhere. And of course, a really important one for us here at home. Speaking of a crown, we have our own self-proclaimed social media extraordinaire. He is the king. Kanye is also celebrating his birthday today. He's been letting us know every day for the last month that it is his birthday. If you've ever been in studio and you hear someone shouting, "Aibo, what's cooking oil?" you know it is him. Here is a special message for you, Kanye, who we absolutely love, from someone close to your heart. Take a look at this.
Kanyisa, I heard it's your birthday, man. 27. Yay! Hey, man, listen, stay true to who you are. Stay funny, stay blessed. From me, myself, and I, we love you.
Yes, in case you didn't figure it out, that is Kanyisa himself, buddy. You're a breath of fresh air in the studio. You also work like an absolute Trojan. We appreciate everything you do on set and the vibe you bring as well. We love you, brother. Happy birthday, dude.
I feel like he's Kanye West's brother. He's got that Kanye West vibe.
He's Kanye West's spirit animal, man. That's who he is. Absolutely love that. Then, of course, you guys at home also celebrating beautiful days today. And we've got someone on the line right now by the name of Adam Malan. Adam, good morning. Are you there?
Morning, sir.
Oh, you could sound a little more excited, Adam. It's your birthday, buddy. How are you feeling on your birthday? Do you feel young? Do you feel old? Are you enthused? How are you feeling today?
I still feel young today. My birthday was yesterday, but I'm feeling good.
Oh, good, man. Well, we're sending you a massive happy birthday from the entire Expresso family, but far more importantly, we've got a message here from someone I would imagine is the apple of your eye. Your daughter sent us this beautiful dedication, and I'll read it as so. I just want to wish my dad, Adam Malan, a big happy birthday today, and obviously that's for yesterday, and I hope he stays the good, kind-hearted person he is, with so much love from his daughter, Makeen Malan. And we've got a beautiful picture of the two of you there together. I've got a daughter now as well. I know that they hold a special place in our hearts. So go and give her a massive hug today. Have you got anything planned? Did you do anything over the weekend?
I just got Braai tomorrow with my family. The weekend, we just enjoy ourselves with my wife and my daughter.
Oh, lovely, man. Well, soak it up. You've earned the right as a dad. And just know that your entire family is sending you so much love. And our entire Expresso family is sending you love as well and wishing you a very happy birthday. Enjoy it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, so sweet. Now, the next one reads, I would like to say happy birthday to my sweet baby boy, Sinatemba Makomboti. Enjoy your day to the fullest. Love you lots. And this comes from your mom, Nompumolelo, on your special day today. Another one coming through to Carla. Happy birthday to my beautiful cousin, Carla Bonham Stewart. God has blessed you abundantly. I pray you're going to have another blessed day and many more years to come. Lots of love from Debbie, Sam, and Auntie Doris.
Then Zahra's celebrating today, and she's a gorgeous little thing. An incredibly happy birthday to our little rascal, Zahra, on her first birthday. May the Lord bless, protect, and guide you for the rest of your life. That's from your mommy, your daddy, from Kira, from Kiara, from Opal, from Daniel, and Anta. That's from the whole family and us as well. Lots of love. Happy birthday to all of you. Hopefully you feel really, really special today. And we'd love to get a video from you as well and connect, maybe give you a shout for your birthday. You can send us a video. 15 seconds is all we need. You can send it to WhatsApp on 0716406551, and you wish your loved ones a happy birthday live on the show. Maybe sing them a little song, and we might even give you a ring or give them a phone call just to brighten up their day and brighten ours. Can we get another round of applause for Kanyis? Happy birthday, brother, and to all of you celebrating your birthdays. We love you. Mwah.
Now, talking of birthdays and special celebrations, it's the hashtag Coup 80th birthday, and they want to celebrate with you, Mzansi. So they're making it happen this weekend on the 26th of September, and hashtag everyone is invited. So what you're going to do is join the festivities hosted by the lovely Lorna Maseko and tune into Metro FM to be a part of the party. And keep your eyes on Coup's social media pages for the link to their virtual lunch. It's one birthday and all the reasons to celebrate. Over to you, Tubbs.
Thank you very much for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Now, today, the Game is about to change as an African retail giant. Game has introduced and launched its very first future-ready concept store at the Mall of Africa in Johannesburg. Now, to get more of the inside scoop, we're joined by attorney, foodie, and photographer Lauren Cohen to chat about her involvement with South Africa's first ever future-ready concept store and how exactly this new shopping experience is going to be raising her current lifestyle and foodie Instagram game. Got it? Game. Lauren, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This is such an exciting time. Please, can you tell us more about your recent partnership with Game and why it's so exciting to be involved with the launch of their new concept store?
First and foremost is we all know that Game's brand colour is pink, and we all know that my favourite colour is pink. But besides that, I'm very excited for the launch of the new concept store for so many reasons. The number one reason is that ever since I can remember, I used to go visit all the Game stores with my parents to buy different things for the home, like a lawnmower, lilos, anything we needed for the home. Now, everything is changing, times are changing, and I love that Game is changing with the times. And it's exciting, and it's innovative and interactive, and it's just fun. It's just a whole different shopping experience.
It's really so much fun. It's something we've never experienced before, but something that everybody is hopefully going to take to, and it's going to change the way that we do shopping in every sense of the word change. But Lauren, if one has to just scroll through your Instagram feed, I think they would be overwhelmed by the beautiful foodie and location shots that you do. How's the new store going to sort of raise your current lifestyle and foodie Instagram game? And I'm sure it is going to do so.
The new store is making shopping for anything lifestyle and foodie related so much easier and a whole lot more fun. The new concept store includes intuitive floor designs that make navigation easy. So if I go there with an idea in my head and things I need to buy, it's just easy to now access it.
It's what I like to call experiential shopping, and I think that that's the one thing I'm most excited about.
Definitely, yeah.
We also know, or I know, and I'm sure a lot of people out there who do follow you also know that you're an avid photographer. And I think as someone who constantly deals with equipment, bags, lenses here and there and everywhere, and a lot more other things, how's this new concept store going to be a game changer when needing new items or camera toys to play around with?
So one of the features this new store offers is interactive demonstration zones. This allows customers to test products. So if one day when I need a new camera lens or a new bag, or I can go to the store, test it, and I don't have to worry, what am I coming home with? I love that I can try and test the products. It changes the whole shopping experience.
It really does. What are you personally excited for others to see in the store and to experience firsthand? And what items are top of your personal wish list upon your next visit?
So the new shopping experience, it's absolutely amazing. And the one thing that I really was fascinated by is that there's vending machines all over the store offering product samples. So which is different. It's really something different. For someone like me who loves shopping, it's a whole new experience. And for someone like my partner who hates shopping, he absolutely loved being in the store. At the top of my wish list is, I'd rather not say it's forever changing, but it's probably a new camera.
Ooh, a girl that is in the photography and blogging and Instagramming business can never have too many cameras. Thank you so much, Lauren, for sharing with us. You really have got us all so excited about this launch, eh?
You have to visit it.
It's no lie. You have to visit the store to know exactly what Lauren is talking about here. And I'm very excited to be able to experience it myself firsthand, and I'll be reporting back on that. But Game is a trusted brand with a 50-year heritage of delivering the best value on quality merchandise for African consumers through its 122 stores in South Africa and 28 throughout the rest of Africa. Now, this focus makes the introduction of their first future-ready concept store this year so exciting to watch and, of course, to be a part of. So we want to know, if you won a 1,000 Rand game voucher, what would you buy at their new future-ready concept store? Think about that and then share what yours is on our Facebook post with the hashtag #GotGame to stand a chance of winning that 1,000 Rand game stores voucher. T's and C's apply. You can find them on expressoshow.com, and the competition will run until the 25th of September. And remember, game store opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, then Saturday from 9 to 5, or Sundays and public holidays from 9 to 4. Happy shopping.
We want to acknowledge the healthcare students tirelessly volunteering during COVID-19.
She's been a role model. She has given me so much confidence.
And give them hope for their future after this pandemic.
Here I am now, it's 10 years later, and I'm still trying to follow in his footsteps.
We're looking for current and aspiring healthcare students, graduates, interns, or those doing the community service here. Nominate yourself receive nurturing mentorship, experience health work readiness, and stand a chance to win a 25,000 Rand scholarship. And for the mentors associated with the winner, you'll win an overseas trip to attend a medical conference of your choice. Sponsors of Brave, the next generation of Brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show indeed on this Wednesday. Thank you so much for choosing to wake up on the right side of bed. Now, honestly, the response from South Africa during the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign has been so overwhelming during a time when this kind of charity is so important. It is something we hold close to our hearts, and another Cordova crew member has stepped up to make a contribution to this amazing cause. Now, today's donation is from our very special food team member, Manisha Horn, who was inspired by her son's donation a few weeks back. Take a look at this.
Hey guys, I'm Mo and I will be making my donation towards the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign. This is a very important campaign that we all should unite and come together and help feed those families in need. So I'm making my donation. I'm just going to snap the QR code with my phone and it's as simple as that. That's what you got to do, peeps. So I encourage you all to do the same.
I just love Mo's face. She's like, it's as simple as that. Thanks, Mo. Thanks to your son as well for donating a few weeks back.
And of course, thank you to you, South Africa, because as of today, Woolworths has managed to raise 2,908,010 Rand. Woo-hoo! Oh man, it is absolutely incredible. Now what this means, guys, of course, it equates to a total of 985,766 meals that have been donated, and out of our 1 million meal goal, clearly the combined efforts of the South African public and Woolworths is making a difference to citizens on the daily, and we are just around the corner from our 1 million meal mark. We are so close and are one step closer thanks to Manisha's donation today. So we thank you so much, and to everybody else that's been involved, and a blessed and happy Heritage Day to all of South Africa tomorrow.
All right, so it's one sleep away. Braai Day is here, Heritage Day, yes, where we get to enjoy all of our amazing South African heritage. And a big part of that, the modern South African heritage, we braai. We make a fire and we cook beautiful meat and other amazing meat-free dishes as well, I suppose. But what your braai has been missing, my friends, is this, a braai butter. Super easy to make. All you need is butter and some Woolies braai rubs or seasoning. That's simple. And these braai butters will take your meat, your pap, your rooster cook to a whole new level. It's all about the crust on the steak, and this is going to take the crust to the stratosphere. Chef Clem, you look serious. You look all about the business.
I'm serious.
We've been sitting here trying to create a smoke vortex off our griddle pan. That's the level of where the guys are at this morning, okay? You've got two beautiful slabs of meat there. You taught me how to cook the perfect steak, and it's so far hasn't gone wrong. But this is going to take it to a whole different level of amazing. So where do we begin? What variations of our braai butter are we going to be making? And is it really as simple as the right seasoning and a butter?
Absolutely.
Boom.
Last Friday, I think it was, Rel, I made a beautiful fish dish where we infused the fish with butter with a whole lot of garlic in there, chilies in there, parsley in there. And basically what that's called is a compound butter. But that sounds too fancy, so we just call it flavored butters. So very
butters
simple.
is better. Braai butter.
Call it braai butter, yeah,
Braai butter.
exactly.
With your buds.
The difference between the steak people make at home and then the steak at restaurants, well, we now know it's about the seasoning ahead of time.
Completely.
But they also have tricks. They also have different ways of finishing off a steak. So what they do is they either brush it with a little bit of a glaze, a barbecue glaze, or they use butters to enrich the flavor.
When was I going to unlock this secret? Or is
Graham,
it happening today?
No, you're taking it home.
Is it
taking it home
today? Okay.
We see which one. Okay, I'm going to give you all of them, actually.
I thought I'd achieved master level status, but no, I was still the apprentice. I was still only the apprentice. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about this. So what I've done, I cooked up some sirloins, okay, and now I'm going to finish it up with some beautiful braai butter. So we got some butter over here. And the thing about when you make braai butter is you always want your butter to be a little soft at room temperature.
Malleable, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cold right now, so you might want a good tip.
You're a big, strong guy.
Hey. What I do is, if you want to like soften your butter, but don't put it in the microwave, because sometimes it does melt unevenly.
It breaks down,
you put boiling water in a glass bowl, right?
Okay, like Bain Marie vibes.
Let it sit there for like a minute to heat up the glass, and then pour off the water, keep the water for the plant, saving water, and then you put the bowl over the butter, and that heat that's in the bowl will soften your butter beautifully. So that's a good one. I like that.
We'll call it the igloo effect.
The igloo.
The igloo.
I like it. Okay, so we're gonna go with some butter, and I also like that there's no recipe for this. It's what you feel like on the day.
That's what your vibe is.
Yeah. So butter going in. We're gonna make our first butter for our steaks.
And you've gone with a sirloin here. I reckon a sirloin is the perfect balance for the braai because you've got fat, you've got some marbling, you've got a nice thick cut of meat as well, so you can kind of
absolutely
you can vary whether and everyone we know likes something slightly different. So some people like well done, some And what I've found now is if you're going to be sharing a steak over the braai, rather slice it up afterwards so people can select either kind of their juicier interior piece or maybe something from the outside that's a bit more well done.
Because, and I like that you brought this up, because I like my steak quite rare and my dad doesn't, right? So what I find if I do a sirloin, because of the shape, like it always has a point.
Yeah.
You cook it, you'll see the middle is quite rare, medium rare, whereas the point at the end will be a little more well done. So sirloin for me is the better steak to braai. Rump, people think rump is a lot fatty. We're talking about a steak conversation now.
Don't make the same mistake.
Don't make the mistake. People think that someone in the background. People think that rump is quite fatty because you think rump.
It's got a line of fat, but
you think oh, I just smacked my comms. But rump is a little trickier to actually braai because there's two different heads in rump. There are two different textures, so you'll find that one part will be tender, one will be slightly more overdone. I always say sirloin for the braai or giant porterhouse T-bone steak.
A ribeye.
Ribeye is absolutely the best because that's really fatty.
And that's
okay, so
riveting,
here we go, putting it to work. This one is all I've done. Is I've got the steak seasoning, the steak rub in this. This is great, not just a steak, chicken, lamb.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
It's lovely, really smoky flavor.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to ask you to mash that up for a second while I move these out the way. We've spoken about these marinade bags. This is how you up your braai game. You basically put your meat in here, let it sit, and then tomorrow you come out and you braai.
It comes with the bag to put it in.
With the bag, with the marinade. Willie's have you covered. Okay, while you're doing that one, that's the butter for our steak.
Okay.
Oh wow, look at
this. I love that smokiness. And no joke, man, you've got to get that seasoning on your steak as early as possible.
Yes.
It's so important. So regardless of whatever new additives you're doing, butters and beautiful things like that, you want to get your steak out of the freezer, out of the fridge, and get it to room temperature as quick as possible.
It makes all the difference in the world. Okay, next one we do is a pup butter for the braai, but it works perfectly for pup. So
like that.
Butter going in.
Because why must you be having a dull, drab pup?
No.
Spice it up, man. Flavor it up.
No, absolutely. So then we're going to hit it with a little bit of parsley. Sorry, this is actually for our roaster cook. Let's just jump forward, okay? We're going to do pup last. Roaster cook. So we've got some parsley going in.
Part of my apprentice training, man.
I love it.
Just throw it at me.
I love it. Then we got the braai seasoning. Braai seasoning, and I shook it now in the camera. Braai seasoning is really great on roast potatoes. Just because it says braai doesn't mean it only has to be for braai. This on roast potatoes, next level. Okay, that with the parsley going on there. Get it in there. And again, as much as you like. If you want, you can add some garlic to this. You can add some chili to it. Absolutely make it your own. And then you mix. Where's my parsley one? I see it over there. Mix. Look, I'm fast forwarding. Graham, you've been working so hard.
This is actually, I'm getting a bit of a sweat going here. This was tougher than I
don't know if I told you that I have a steak butter done and it's already on the steak. I'm sorry.
That's all part of my training, man. I'm like
absolutely.
Luke Skywalker sitting on a rock, making other rocks balance to get my master's.
Oh, man.
How's that looking? That's
looking so good. Okay.
Through.
As soon as the roasted comes off the braai, hit it with a dollop of that, let it melt all over.
And if you're going to make this, I would recommend, if you're going to put in all the effort, just make a large batch, put some cling foil over it, slap it in the freezer if you have to, or keep it, man.
And roll it into a little sausage, right? So as you need it, you cut little discs out of it, and then you put it down on your roaster, put it down on your steak, whatever you need. Okay, last one.
Okay.
We're going to do the pup one. Okay, so this is a steak and chop seasoning, and I love when you buy a spice mix and you can see everything inside there. That makes all the difference in the world, so you know what you're getting. You know what you're putting on there. There's nothing...
It's exciting. Put it on the table, man, so your guests can be like, oh, I'll have me a little bit of that.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, right? If you're going to use spices and you're going to season a dish that you're working with, and especially if it's a grinder, never grind over the pot.
Oh, I love this. This is
Graham
winner.
saw in there. It's amazing. You can take that one home. So never season or grind salt or pepper, whatever it is, over the pot,
Over
right?
the hot griddle, yeah?
There's moisture and steam coming up from the pot. What happens? It actually gets stuck inside the grinding mechanism and it clogs up the mechanism. And you're wondering why all of a sudden nothing
You got to
really
do
coming out.
in your hand.
I love doing in the hand, and then the sprinkle. I love doing that. Okay, so what do we do?
Okay,
So
you're going to
steak
use
and
there's
chop.
some beautiful different kind of cracked peppers in there, mustard seeds. I'm loving that flavor profile.
I spoke to Raul and we spoke about and you as well, talking about eating healthy, and the first thing that people do is they kind of start creating bland food. Spices
Ramp it up, man, yeah.
will save you because
there's very few calories in spices.
Exactly. That's going in there. You give it a good mix. And what you're going to end up with is this. And all you do when your puppy's done and still warm, you stir this through it. It is so good.
Work it in.
It is so good.
I love that.
Again, because it's a fat, it'll last so long in your fridge or freezer. So you should 100% go out and make this. Play around with the flavors.
Like you say, wrap it in some cling wrap in a nice little log shape.
Yeah.
Store it.
Pour some sauces in there, make it extra sticky. Great. What am I giving you today? I'm giving you this.
Really?
You just take it all.
Man.
You just take it all and you go home. Look at Nicole looking at me like, what?
Absolutely love it, man. Well, hopefully we've given you some inspiration. That's 3 different styles on a braai butter. One for your steak, one for your pap, and one for your braai broodjies, your rooster cook. We've got you covered this Friday. So go and get creative out there. Explore this insane range of braai rubs, of braai spices, and braai sauces available at Woolies. And if you want this recipe, you can find it on expressoshow.com. Wow. Yeah.
What's better than a sugar-coated, deliciously crispy golden brown donut and 100% Arabica beans brewed to perfection? Treat yourself and warm up your morning with a little sweetness from McCafe with the all-new mini donut and cappuccino offer. A little lovin' doesn't have to cost a lot. Great coffee, simple.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Now, in a world first for the endangered Temminck's ground pangolin, a reintroduction program has been launched in KwaZulu-Natal, where they have been ecologically extinct for more than 40 years. Now, pangolins, of course, are the world's most trafficked mammal, and their scales are highly sought after by poachers.
Now, these scaly anteaters rescued from wildlife trade are being nursed back to health at the Johannesburg Wildlife Veterinary Hospital and then moved to a suitable reserve like Manyoni Private Game Reserve, where their soft release begins.
It's a fantastic program. Now, this program, it's managed by African Pangolin Working Group and Professor Ray Jansen, the chairman of the organization, who joins us right now to tell us more about the importance of this soft release process. Professor Jansen, good morning. Thank you very much for making the time to chat to us.
Good morning, Tabiso, and thanks very much for having me on board. It's a privilege.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Can you please tell us more about the significance of this Temminck's ground pangolin reintroduction program in KZN?
Yes, so since the early 1970s, this particular species of pangolin, which is the only one that occurs naturally in Southern Africa, has what we term been ecologically extinct. In other words, there may be one or two in the wild down there, but the population is not significant enough to be considered a viable, healthy population. So we've started a program about a year ago reintroducing pangolins that we retrieve out of the illegal wildlife trade in South Africa, in particular Gauteng, because we just don't know where they come from, back into Zululand in what we call a facilitated release. So we don't just take them, open the door and wish them well. We help them in terms of recognizing the habitat, becoming more familiar with their surrounding, make sure there's enough food. And this takes a couple of weeks, and then they monitored post-release for up to a year with VHF and satellite telemetry to see if they're surviving.
And it's so good to know that you guys are stepping in with this intervention and intervening in the way that you're doing. But let's talk about this soft release process. What exactly is it?
So once they've been discharged from the Johannesburg Wildlife Veterinary Hospital, where they're cared off-site, they transported down to Zululand, and then for the first 4 or 5 days, they literally walk. So you take them out and they forage naturally, and a team follows behind. After the foraging bout, they're taken back where they are put in a box, and they literally sleep until they wake up again for the next foraging session. And once we find that they're feeding on their own, they're looking for shelter, they're finding their own burrows, then we leave them out for the first night and we check up on them early again the next morning and again the next afternoon, every day, twice a day for 3 weeks. Once they've sort of graduated from this, they checked on twice a week for about 3 months, and then once a week for about 6-7 months. We found that some pangolins, even after 6 months, collapse in the field for whatever reason. A cold spell, they have a drop in immunity, they all pick up what we see pneumonia, and these spells only sort of show themselves or rear when the pangolins are again stressed, or there's a cold event, or there's a limit on some sort of natural part of their behavior where they're compromised. Then they're taken back into hospital and the process starts all over again. But this is not common, but it does happen in about 10% of the pangolins.
Can you please expand on that thought, on the process of releasing the recovered pangolins back into the wild? Why is this program so important, and what are the benefits?
I think for an endangered species or pangolins in the order Pholidota, all 8 species of pangolins are threatened with extinction, some more than others, particularly the Chinese pangolin, which is critically endangered. But, you know, we have to contribute towards their species recovery in some way, because the demise of pangolins are purely because of man. So pangolins are the most traded mammals on Earth. I recorded last year 97 tons of pangolin scales being shipped off the African continent to Asia, in particular China, for cultural medicine. That's 150,000 animals. So if you're looking at a pangolin that has one pangolin pup a year per female, the recruitment to the natural population is very, very low. And if their demise and their extinction is at the hands of man, I think we need to do everything we possibly can. And putting pangolins back into Zululand is just absolutely fantastic, because the Zulu people consider pangolins highly revered. They regard pangolins in a very high spiritual context. And I think for the people to see pangolins coming back into Zululand is just a wonderful thing, where they were previously sort of ecologically extinct. And I think it's important, not just for the ecosystem itself, but I think for the species and for the people of that region. I think it's just a wonderful, all good news story.
I think that the work that you are doing is absolutely wonderful, and it's such good news to hear, because yes, they are absolutely vulnerable and this shouldn't be happening, but to see that authorities are working hard around the clock, but also your organization is working around the clock to make sure that we protect these pangolins, just really is the fantastic news that we want to be hearing. So thank you so much for that, Professor Jansen.
Thanks very much, folks, and thanks for having me on your show.
That was awesome, and I learned something really interesting. Now, some great work being done by the African Pangolin Working Group, the Johannesburg Wildlife Veterinary Hospital, HSI Africa, and all other hands that assist in protecting this endangered animal.
Beautiful stuff, guys. So Kutle just had to go and see all this for herself, as she recently met with a pangolin, gorgeous as it is, in person, and the experts taking care of it at the Manyoni Private Game Reserve in KZN.
I can't wait. Let's check it out.
It's not every day that one gets to see a pangolin in the wild. That's why today is extremely special for me, because these creatures are so beautiful, yet they are one of the most vulnerable mammals, and their survival is completely in our hands. That's why I'm here today to meet with experts who are in the forefront of making sure that they stay alive.
Hi, how are you? Hello.
Thank you, how are you?
Good, good. Very pleased to meet you.
I'm really excited to meet you guys, because I know how elusive and interesting pangolins are. What kind of work do you do with them?
I'm involved with the rehabilitation and reintroduction of Temminck's ground pangolin to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So we rehabilitate animals that have been rescued from the trade, and we reintroduce them into the province of KwaZulu-Natal that they were extinct for the last few decades.
Oh wow. Glenn, what is your involvement?
Okay, my involvement is I'm involved with a lot of the sting operations where we rescue the animals from the trade. We work very closely with the different police units in the different provinces, and as well as the environmental agencies like the GDOT, Green Scorpions, the Hawks and that. And we operate all over the country wherever we need it to do these sting operations.
I recently learned that they are one of the most trafficked mammals in the entire world. Why is it that we never learn about them?
I don't know exactly why, but unfortunately in the wrong context maybe, but lately pangolins have become more popular related to COVID, which still cannot be proved, by the way. But these incredible creatures are the most unique mammals you've ever heard about, and definitely the world needs to know more about them. They're currently the most trafficked mammal in the planet, and we really need to start taking action now.
Another reason why they're the most trafficked animal in the world is because of their scales. Their scales contain creatine, the same as our fingernails, rhino horn, and it's used widely in China. We know of at least 60 commercially made traditional Chinese medicine that contain pangolin scales in them. It is also classified as a delicacy in Asia, where you can pay up to $2,000 for a plate of pangolin soup. Now in Asia, you've got 4 species, and Asia have basically wiped out their 4 species of pangolin, and that is why they've come to Africa and now poaching the African species of the African pangolin.
In what types of regions would you expect to find pangolins?
Well, you get 4 species in Africa. You get the giant pangolin, which is found up in North Africa. Then you get the black and white bellied, which is found in Central Africa, Cameroon, that area. And then you get 1 species in Southern Africa, the Temminck's pangolin. And you'll find them everywhere everywhere from the desert right down to the tropical areas of KwaZulu-Natal, Mozambique. So they've widespread across the whole of Southern Africa.
You know, what I'm learning so far is that these creatures are actually really fascinating and they're interesting. What's the general nature of pangolins?
Oof, I'm getting very excited every time I need to talk about them. I found them the most interesting, unique, mind-blowing, incredible creatures I've ever learned about. First of all, they're the only mammal in the planet with scales, covered with scales. They are not related to any other animal, like taxonomically. They're their own genus, and they're just incredible. Their characteristics are so different. Pangolins have no teeth. Pangolins have no vocal cords. They walk in two legs. At least Temminck's ground pangolin, it walks exclusively in two legs, just like a T-Rex, but it's still a mammal. So there's many things about them that makes them the most incredible, mind-blowing creature you've ever seen.
After briefly learning about the pangolin from you guys, I'm really interested to see one today. Is that possible, Leno?
Yes, actually it will be possible. Today particularly we have two individuals that arrived recently to Manyoni. They're in the first part of the release process, the soft release process, and we're taking them today to the vet. We're going to check their general condition and we're going to place their tracking devices, and you're going to be able to come with us.
Yes. That is truly exciting. This is a rare opportunity. It's not every day that you get to see a pangolin in real life. Lena, we just arrived at the vet, but I know we can't talk inside because everything needs to be hush-hush. Can you briefly explain to us how the soft release process works?
Yes, the soft release process, it depends on every individual, but usually it starts in the moment that they get to the suitable location that they're going to be released, and depends on how the animal starts adapting to the new environment. Mainly if they start feeding, if they're comfortable in the new area, if they find a burrow. So the soft release process can go from a week to 4 months, I think is the longest one we've had. And it's slowly getting to be hands off the animal. So they start feeding on their own and they're in a suitable area. And then we keep monitoring at the beginning every night, and then every second night, every third night, slowly like getting less and less to go find him, weight him, and make sure that the condition it's good.
I believe that you have one right now that arrived yesterday, Willie Thomas, who's here to go through the first stages of the process.
Yes, he just arrived yesterday. So today we brought him to the vet. We're going to place his tracking devices, check his general condition again, and keep going with the soft release process. Hopefully he can be free very soon.
Seeing the endangered Temminck's ground pangolin up close has been the highlight of my visit today. Truly great success bringing them back to Zululand, where they were once ecologically extinct. Their survival is in our hands. We appreciate the work being done here by the African Pangolin Working Group.
Oh, that is the cutest, scaliest, dinosaur-looking creature I've ever seen, and I'm just hoping that here is to more pangolins being saved and their numbers growing again.
Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a Half project presents There's a Story in Everyone. Visit cadbury.co.za/storytime for more information on how to share your inspirational story.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you gorgeous people, to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The Feel Good is continuing because today Crush commences with giving 100% goodness for 100 days. Namzanzi, we will be giving away daily prizes to lucky winners for the next 100 days. Yes, 100%, you heard right. Entering is really easy too. Take a look at this.
Are you ready to stand a chance to win 100% goodness prizes with Crush? 100% you are. 100% goodness winners will be announced daily on Expresso from Monday to Friday from September through December. To enter, buy Crush promo packs, see the back of the label and scratch, and if you find a unique code, dial the USSD number on the pack to stand a chance to win immediate prizes or go into the grand prize draw. If you don't find a unique code, keep buying Crush to find the hidden codes. Crush is 100% fruity, fresh, tasty and refreshing.
Made with love by Clover.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Take a look at that. And now for the first 100% winner to kick off 100 days. Can I get a drum roll, please, everybody?
Yes.
Congratulations to Leka Adams. You have won yourself a NutriBullet 600 watt, and your photo is going straight onto our leaderboard. Look at that. Come on.
Yay!
Oh, Raul's putting on the photo there on the leaderboard to show that we're
number one.
Our 100 days of prizes. Oh, that is amazing. Congratulations to Leka Adams.
Done.
But, yes. Oh, that is amazing.
Only 99 more left to go. So we're going to kick off our 100 days of celebrations of 100% goodness with a beautiful spring fruit punch. Perfect for Braai Day, for Heritage Day tomorrow. So you're going to help me out. You're going to be slicing those guys up for me. Don't laugh, okay? You can do it. I just need some nice slices that we can put into our fruit punch there. Okay. I'm going to get you started. I'm going to be using today our cranberry 100% fruit juice blend and our orange crush as well. So I'm going to start by creating the ice portion of this mixture. So we're going to start by putting in a few blocks of ice.
For the mixture.
You got it. And this, I mean, you can kind of feel your way through here. You don't want to overload it too much. And you can see on the NutriBullet that Tuleka just won. There is a nice little marker there that kind of lets you know that you've hit the mark. Simple as that. You want to blitz this up nicely, and this is going to form the basis, and it'll also keep the mixture nice and cool as you're drinking in those hot spring days. Dun, dun, dun. You can leave a few big chunky pieces of ice there just to keep it nice and cool. So you can slice up, we've got orange and lemon. You want a bit of a citrusy vibe there. So I can do this without spilling too much. Dun, dun, dun. You want a nice big pitcher so you can make a lot, because this is delicious, and trust me, people are going to want to come back for seconds. Okay, so we've got our, first of all, our ice, our base layer there. We're going to create a bit of a rainbow effect as it goes, and I've got just some lemonade going in for a bit of extra fizz and flavor.
For spring summer days when the kids are just sitting by the pool, you know, that's just 100% refreshing vibe going on.
Then I'm going to add some of our orange. Dun, 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 dun. Looking good.
Good.
I'm going to add a bit more of our cranberry. This cranberry is lovely. It's sweet, but it's fresh. Nothing says spring quite like a berry mix. How are we doing with our slices there? Oh, that's looking good. Let me put a bit more in here.
It's like
I see that. It's got fizz, it's got ice. It's looking amazing. Then we've sliced up some strawberry here as well. Dun, dun, dun.
Good to get that fruit in as well for the kids.
100%. I love it. And then I'm going to lean across here and grab our citrus.
Yay, my one job.
You've done it well. You've done it well, sister. Good job. And then a couple of sprigs of mint.
That looks so
just
good.
kind of push it through to mix. Look at that beautiful color, the blush of spring. It looks amazing. And then I'm going to top it off with a few mint sprigs just to make it.
Definitely for Uppington today, because they're reaching about to 33 degrees today.
So that next week, I heard on Friday, Durbs is going to hit 37 degrees. Hey, not that Durban's ever cold, but look at that color. It's got vitamins. It's 100% freshness. That is amazing. This is our spring, and I'm going to say spring to summer. Beautiful picture. Ta-da! Do you want a glass?
I do.
I'll pour
Absolutely.
I'll pour you a glass to taste.
Oh.
There we go.
There you go.
Absolutely beautiful. So, this is the perfect punch.
It is amazing. This punch is packing a 100% flavor punch. Not only is it 100% tasty and refreshing, wait.
Have a taste. And? Nice.
Perfection. But it is also stacked with 100% goodness with crush. G, you nailed this. You killed it.
Good,
I am so proud of you.
Cheers. Yes.
Get your 100% goodness with Crush. Scratch and stand the chance to win hundreds of goodness prizes for 100 days with hashtag Crush100.
Made with love by Clover.
Join us this Saturday evening at 8 as the Insider Essay explores the theme of progress. Meet UCT's inspiring Vice-Chancellor, Professor Mamokgethi Phakeng. See how the visionary Liz Biden built one of South Africa's top hotel portfolios and learn how artichokes are being cultivated and celebrated in South Africa. The Insider Essay, this Saturday evening at 8, only on SABC3.
It's one for the book readers and the book eaters. One for the construction workers and their helpful ones. One for the laundry sorters and the laundry hoarders. Whoever the dog member of your family, big or small, new NextGuard Spectra, the broad spectrum monthly chew that protects inside and out in one easy step. NextGuard Spectra, just one chew, so easy for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still locked in, yeah. It's your feel-good breakfast show and we're kicking off that Wednesday magic. And now it's been said that to really appreciate and honor someone, you need to walk a mile in their shoes. Well, our very own Kukle made her way to Johannesburg, where she admittedly didn't change her shoes, but she did put on her doctor's scrubs and got her hands dirty. And it was all in the effort to experience the selfless work of a vet. Let's check it out.
Today really feels like bring a child to work day, but not really. How about bring an entire developed human being to work day? And I'm really excited to be out here at the state-of-the-art Greenside Animal Hospital in Johannesburg, where I get to spend the day with Dr. Steyn and get some real insight into what a day in the life of a vet really feels and looks like. But I hope there aren't any creepy animals in there. Apart from that, I am so ready. Let's go. ready to get my hands dirty, so shall we get started?
Sure. Do you mind putting them on scrub top for me?
Not at all, but does it mean I'm going to be a doctor for the day?
Sure, why not? So this little guy is called Mort. He's here for his annual checkup today.
Dr. Steyn, when a dog comes through for a consultation, what's the first thing that you would typically look out for?
Typically we'll just start from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, just make sure everything is normal. So we'll start with this little guy, the nose is nice and wet. We'll look at the teeth, we'll check his little eyes out, he's looking good. That little eye has previous trauma, but it's okay at the moment. So then you just feel the lymph nodes, make sure they're not enlarged. Quickly just check the ears for any ear infection. And we'll move down, we'll go to the chest. Here we're just gonna look, make sure heart and lungs are fine. Okay, good. There's no problems with the heart or the lungs. Then we're just gonna feel through the abdomen. Here we just feel for any organ enlargement, any pain in the abdomen, things like that. And then we go through, which all dogs hate, we're just going to quickly check temperature.
Is this how you would take the temperature?
Yes, so with dogs who do it rectally, they don't take well to the oral thermometer. In South Africa, we do have tick-borne diseases like biliary that will give them a fever, so that's why we check temperature as well.
But doctor, how often should pets visit the vet?
We don't want to just see them when they're sick. We want to see them once a year, and then we check for things and catch diseases before they happen.
But he seems to be doing really well. Hey?
Yeah, he's healthy today.
All healthy and happy. I mean, doc, if you unfortunately find that a dog requires a minor procedure, is this where you would do it?
No, so here, this is just the consulting room. So if you do have a pet that needs to go visit in the back, we take them through there and the procedures get done there. So this little kitty has got a heart murmur, and we're trying to see where the murmur is coming from. So we're doing an echocardiogram. Okay, so then on that side, we are doing a dental on this little doggy. So this is where we put them under general anesthetic and then we clean their teeth. We have to put them under anesthetic to clean their teeth, as they don't like opening their mouths too much.
Dr. Steyn, let me get this right. She checks from the tip of the nose down to the tip of the tail.
Well done.
Dr. Adams, clocking in for duty, everybody. Dr. Steyn, I find it really interesting to have a cat on one table and a dog on the other. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to deal with conflict within operating room?
Yes, we do try and avoid that. So we are lucky because we've got a separate cat consult room and a separate dog consult room. And also in the waiting area, a separate cat waiting area versus dog waiting area. Just so that they don't stress too much.
Above and beyond the hectic and very important work that you guys do here, I heard that you guys have a grooming section for your pets. May I check it out?
Sure, let's go have a look.
I'm all about a glow, so you know I'm excited.
Okay, so this is the hospital where the animals get admitted when they stay the day for surgeries or if they're sick.
Awesome, man.
So we are pretty full today.
It's a packed house. Dr. Steyn, I can see that she's currently living her best life. I'm so jealous. What happens before this stage?
So we wash them first, they get a proper hair dry, and then she brushes out all the knots basically.
Dr. Steyn, thank you so much for showing me around today. It was very fun and also very interesting. Before I let you go, what advice would you have to pet owners to keep their pets healthy and safe at home?
I think the important thing is to be vigilant, pick up any change in behavior early. So when they do fall ill, you can take them to the vet early and be looked after. So other things, just make sure they eat a good quality diet. Make sure they are a good weight and not obese. Your regular things, your vaccinations, your deworming, and tick and flea. That's preventative things that can keep them much healthier.
You've heard it from the doctor herself. Take care of your pets from home and make sure that you visit the doctor regularly. Before I call it a day, there's one more person I actually want to talk to. But first, I need to change. Steph. I spent the entire morning with Dr. Stain, but it seems the most common reason that pets end up here is because of nasty parasites. But I know that you guys have a revolutionary product.
Kuchle, so our initial product is called NexGuard, and this addresses your external parasites, which will be your ticks and your fleas and your mites. But we've just launched our new NexGuard Spectra, and to that we've added an extra ingredient, which is now going to also address your internal parasites. So with one and done, one delicious beef flavored chew, you are going to do your internal and your external parasites.
Well, I'm not sure if you know, Steph, but we have 3 beautiful Frenchies back in the studio. What would you recommend for them?
I've seen them and they are so cute. So Kuchle, French Bulldogs weigh more or less around 10 kilograms. So I would recommend the 7.6 to the 15 kilogram for them.
Once a month. What's the saying again?
One and done.
One and done. I'll have 3 of these, please, Steph. Now, I personally may not be a pet owner myself. However, after today's experience, I've learned so much and gained an appreciation and respect for everyone here who's devoted their lives to ensuring that our animals, our pets, our fur babies are well taken care of, are healthy, and ultimately happy. Now, to you pet owners, yes, I'm talking to you. Please take care of your pets. Show them the love and care that they deserve, and perhaps throw in a pamper or 2 every now and again. Trust me, they'll thank you for it.
New NexGuard Spectra, the broad spectrum monthly chew that protects inside and out in one easy step. NexGuard Spectra, just one chew, so easy for you.
So easy, absolutely love that. Kuchle living your best life with some pets who are clearly living their best life as well. So now let's bring it back home. Imagine falling asleep with ease in the lap of luxury, or perhaps you're just tired of taking your clothes back and forth to the laundromat each week. No matter how simple the thought or task, you have to admit that a new queen-size bed, a new fridge, a new washing machine, or maybe a brand new smartphone sounds incredible. Well, this year is the not 2000 and daydream. I know it's been a tough one, but we're turning the tide on that because this wish could be yours. It could be a reality. Tomorrow morning on the show, you could be our 3rd lucky viewer who will be spinning our virtual wheel of prizes to stand a chance of winning one of those amazing big ticket prizes. And guess what? The lucky viewer tomorrow morning could be you. You've got to sign up to Buy Smart though today. You'll not only then be rewarded with points on every purchase, but also go into our weekly prize draw.
Easy peasy. All you have to do is send hi, a simple hi, on WhatsApp to 072-897-6278 and follow the steps, or open your camera and scan the QR code to get the link to sign up. Now, browse Buy Smart promos and products, upload a photo of your till slip when you buy Tiger Brands products, and then you can also earn points for your purchases, which is amazing. Your points can unlock rewards ranging from airtime and fast food vouchers to movie tickets and shopping vouchers. I mean, who doesn't want that? It's quick and easy, and you can sign up on the go. Now, here is the QR code one last time. Sign up today, like G said, to stand a chance of being the lucky viewer spinning our virtual wheel of prizes tomorrow and walking away a big winner with Buy Smart. Now, remember, those T's and C's do apply and can be found on expressoshow.com. What are you waiting for? Sign up today.
Get on it.
Like now.
Get rewarded for your shopping choices with Buy Smart. Send hi on WhatsApp to 072-897-6278 and follow the steps. You will stand a chance of winning incredible prizes weekly on Expresso.
comes to our pets and deadly disease, rabies is probably top of mind, and rightfully so. Rabies doesn't only pose incredible harm to dogs, but it can easily be transmitted to humans as well, causing severe health consequences. Just how severe, we're going to hopefully find out now. Joining us this morning to tell us everything we need to know about rabies is the ultra cool vet, Dr. Karin Brink from Ultra Dog. Dr. Karin, great to connect with you, albeit around a pretty negative subject matter, but how are you?
Finding you.
Good, thanks. Obviously a bit of a serious topic this morning. And I've got to ask straight off the bat, is rabies still a prominent problem, and how exactly does it affect dogs in particular?
Yes, it's still a very big problem in South Africa. In 2018, there were 16 diagnosed humans with rabies, and last year there was 10. And dogs, specifically if your dog gets it, if they bite you, you will get infected with the disease. So it's usually unvaccinated pets, when they are bitten by a rabid animal, that will get rabies.
So how then can we spot if they are affected by it? What are the warning signs?
Okay, we all know the basic vicious, aggressive animal foaming at the mouth. That's the picture we have in our minds when a dog has rabies, or a pet has rabies, or any animal has rabies. And we call that the furious form. But you also get a dumb form, where the animals are just non-responsive, they wander aimlessly, they are depressed. You can also get non-specific forms, like example where the nerves of the lower jaw will be affected, so the jaw will just hang open. You will get animals that suddenly changes behavior. A wild animal becomes tame. You will get a wild animal coming to interact with you, but it's not normal, or a tame animal suddenly becomes wild. Pets eating stones, or pets being sensitive, or animals being very light sensitive. That is some specific symptoms of an animal infected with rabies.
So you've said that obviously humans are capable of contracting rabies, and it's happened in several instances this year alone. How does a dog infect a person? Is it only through a bite? And how do we know if we are affected?
It is definitely only through a bite, and it can be various animals that can actually infect a human. It can be dogs, cats, bat-eared foxes, cattle, mongoose, and bats. So when an animal is infected, they will infect you through a bite. And unfortunately, the moment you realize you're showing symptoms, it's actually too late. It's a fatal disease. Then it can't be treated. So I always tell people, in that case, prevention is better than cure. If an animal bites you immediately and you suspect it's a rabid animal, wash that wound for 5 minutes under warm water and seek medical attention ASAP. And if you are in an occupation like a vet, where you are at risk of getting bitten, you need to get a rabies vaccine every 3 years to make sure you are covered and that you can't get rabies.
So when you talk about those preventative measures when it comes to our pets, what do we need to have put in place for our pets, and obviously as an extension for ourselves?
Vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. I always tell people the World Health Guidelines say you need to only vaccinate against rabies every 3 years. But as a practice, when I was still practicing, we always advised to do it every year, because it's a disease that is still prevalent in South Africa. We are not free of rabies, and you would rather want your pets to be covered. So the best thing to do is to vaccinate. And if you suspect there is a rabid animal that you have seen, contact your local state vet or government, that I can actually get rid of that animal to prevent exposure to humans or other animals to carry the disease.
I think now that we know how serious it can be, in fact fatal for humans, and we know the damage it can do to our pets, our dogs in particular, we've got a responsibility to help to protect each other as well. Doc, thank you so much. I know a difficult topic to talk around, not very positive, but something that we really do need to think about. So thank you so much for your insights.
Yes. It's a pleasure.
If you have any more questions about rabies, or in fact anything else related to your pet, you can visit the Ultra Pet website and engage directly with Dr. Karin in the Ask Dr. Karin section. She really can answer any of your pet-related questions. But until then, keep your dogs vaccinated at least once a year, and safe and healthy as well.
It seems like every dog definitely has his day, and today is the day for all dogs on Expresso show, of course. And thank you so much, Dr. Karim, there for that incredible information.
Absolutely. And you may think that all dogs instinctively just want to play and know how to play, but it's not always the case. Some dogs need to be taught how to interact with toys and develop some much-needed skills to get the most out of their playtime. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Kara Snafty. I'm a dog trainer and an animal behaviorist. Today, I'm going to show you how to teach your dog to love to chase toys. For this, you need a fluffy toy and a leash. Sometimes if you put a toy on the ground, it's not particularly interesting to a dog because it's not moving. So they might sniff it, but they don't tend to play with it too very much. If you make the toy move like a mouse, then it's very interesting. So I'm going to tie the toy to a leash, and then I'm going to pull it, and let's see if that's more interesting. Ah, much more fun. Get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. The toy moves like prey, and the dogs think it's much more interesting than when it's standing still. Good boy! Then they get to practice their hunting skills in a nice, safe way. Yay!
A flea and tick-free dog is a happy dog. Protect your dog from harmful parasites with NextGuard Spectra's tasty chewables. Did you know your dog needs to take just one NextGuard Spectra chew once a month to treat and prevent the broadest range of troublesome parasites, including ticks, fleas, mites, and various worms. NextGuard Spectra can be given with or without food to puppies as young as 8 weeks and to dogs of all sizes and breeds. NextGuard Spectra is the tasty chew you can trust and the treat your dog will love.
Oh, well, if you haven't given enough reason to cuddle up and snuggle up with your baby pet or whoever you have close to you, then I think that's enough reason for it.
Absolutely. The feel good continues because in a moment we're going to be making peppermint ice cream sandwiches. You don't want to miss it. Ra's going to get his hands dirty with that, so we'll see you in a moment.
Looking for fantastic health and weight loss benefits without a lifestyle change or being on a diet? Well, Shapeline 50 Billion from Proven Probiotics is the first ever probiotic to offer scientifically proven weight loss, while at the same time boosting immune and digestive health. That's why we think Shapeline 50 Billion may well be the world's most effective probiotic. Available at Dis-Chem and Clicks.
After I say every help will make a big difference, you're going to put a sting up. Okay, cool. And then I've got a new intro. Perfect. Okay, got you.
Freezer, so it should be like at the right.
Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a Half Project presents There's a Story in Everyone. Visit cadbury.co.za/storytime for more information on how to share your inspirational story.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, Now, here's a story that I think you're going to like the ending of, courtesy of Nedbank. We have 40,000 Rand in cash to give away to 8 lucky winners. And we know that the prize money obviously can go a long way for all of us at the moment. It's been a tight couple of months. Last week, we asked you what you would do if you won this money, and we received some really amazing feedback.
Yes, Lenyora on Twitter says, I'll use the money to buy more tools for my business. And
Nice.
there he is in action in this photo he sent through. I like that. Get in that hard
Industrious,
work, Lenyora.
man. I love that. And Tebo Rashidin also said on Twitter, I'd use the money to buy cement to finish building my house. I love that. Good luck, man.
That house looks amazing. And then
Well on its way.
Bongiwe says, I've got my little prince and princess's birthday coming up, and I'd love to save up and spoil them. Look at those faces.
Oh, gorgeous. They deserve the spoiling. So these are just a few of the wonderful messages we received. So thank you guys to everyone who shared with us. To win that much needed 2,500 Rand, all you have to do is spend just 500 Rand on your Nedbank check or credit card, and then SMS the keyword Nedbank to 33728 to register your entry. And if you open a new Nedbank account and spend that same 500 Rand, you could double your prize money to 5,000 Rand. Imagine the presents you could buy with 5 grand.
Everyone is getting a present. Now, all SMSs are charged at R1.50, and the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Competition ends on the 18th of October, so good luck to all of you. Fingers crossed. We want you to win.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
Now remember, Woolies have teamed up with Gift of the Givers to distribute food care packs to families in need. Now, of course, each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, for as little as 10 Rand, you can provide one person with 3 meals for the day. And all you got to do is just scan that QR code on your screen with the SnapScan app or your banking app on your phone and donate what you can towards filling a bag. And of course, every little bit will help in making a big difference. What's happening now? You know that beloved local dessert. It's called the Peppermint Crisp Tart. I know a lot of you will remember these words. Now, Chef Clem is turning it into an ice cream sandwich. Oh, and the absolute perfect dessert to go with your braai tomorrow on Heritage Day. Chef Clem, we're keeping it so cultural here for me specifically. We've done a tomato breedy with Jamie, which was like an absolute favorite of mine growing up, like nostalgia of note. And now we're hitting my dad's favorite dessert. He'd ask my mom to make this all the time. So this is just like an upgrade of what is a family tradition for me, man. You're taking me way back here.
And this is such a cool spin in it, don't you think?
It's amazing. I'm so excited. I've obviously never had something like this.
Oh, it's
an
different.
ice cream sandwich.
Yeah.
So I think if you scream an ice cream, we're all going to be screaming for this. Ice cream.
I've been getting messages. I've been getting messages on social media of people saying, why are you making healthy food? Why are we just eating like all the good stuff? So it's like, okay, cool, this one's for you, because this one is full of nostalgia, full of like happiness. You know when you eat emotion?
Yes.
This is it.
This is emotion in a cube. I love it.
You can't eat this and not like be like either like smiling from ear to ear or just like in your feelings when you eat this. This is a really, really good one. And we started with tennis biscuits. I mean, like
stock standard back to day one.
You can't
I love
it. Okay, so what we do is tennis biscuits and then caramel treat. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna generously add some caramel treat to it. I've already started.
That already looks like the dessert, to be honest with you.
That's the dessert done. It's like,
cool, I'm good. So but I think this is for all that hard work we've done in the week and all that amazing healthy foods that we've been cooking. This right here is what we call balance.
It is. It is absolutely the balance. Okay, so you can see I've lined up all the tennis biscuits with the caramel treat on it.
So that's your base, right?
That's the base.
Okay.
So what I love about this is when you do set the biscuits with the ice cream, the biscuits go slightly soft, like, you know what I mean? Remember those old wafer sandwiches that the guy used to come around?
Yeah,
wafer sandwiches.
That. Yes,
and got the soft wafer.
Yes.
It kind of gets that
soft
texture.
outside, and as you bite through that wafer, you just get that cold tinge of the ice cream on your teeth, and I've hit this thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love it.
You don't mind the brain freeze. You don't mind anything. You just
the drool and everything coming off your hands. Yes,
absolutely.
man.
Okay, so we're gonna get 2 spoons. You have an ice cream at home, perfectly fine. But I do suggest you take your ice cream out the freezer just a little bit at a time.
I just noticed that normally when I do mine, I'm taking that spoon and I'm like, trying to get that ice cream out of that. Do you know what I mean? You just have that perfectly, just scooping out there, perfect room temperature. Nice.
Yeah. Can I just like sideline?
Please.
Okay.
Please.
So about to get married, and we're finding things out about each other now that we didn't know like all the years.
Okay.
Do you scoop off the top and you work that way, or do you scoop from the side?
So because,
do you know what I mean, right? So
because when I want ice cream, I never prepared in advance. I'm like, I want ice cream now. I go to the fridge and I'm just like, and I don't have the option of scraping. It's just too hard. So I've got to like itch my way.
That's what I do too. And the look that I got, as if I was like,
is this not the norm?
I thought that's what you scoop what you want like this, and you go about your business. Apparently that's wrong.
Okay.
Apparently you gotta go like this. You gotta get the texture. But I love that. People are so.
I feel like all the good stuff sinks to the bottom sometimes. So I want to get all that loving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I like people have traditions when it comes to like their traditional South African cuisine, right?
Yeah.
There's a right way to make a peppermint tart. There's a right way to make a tomato brie. And for me, that's really like it's amazing because we are embracing South Africa is so diverse.
Yeah.
And when it comes to food, especially, that's when you really see how diverse we are as a people. And I absolutely love it. And the traditions we build around it just makes me so proud to be South African.
So true.
So I love this
Part
one.
of something special
I love this
indeed.
one.
And I think everybody that's going to be trying this recipe out, of course, go to expressoshow.com, where I know you're going to find the inspiration to get your Heritage Day dessert on. And this is nostalgia for Clem and I. I know you're going to do something similar, or maybe even just change it up a bit. But it's looking so good, Clem.
All right.
What's happening here?
I'm
Where we
speeding
at?
through it now. So now we got the ice cream on. We're topping it with the biscuits. This is going to go into the freezer. It can chill there for as long as you need to. It just needs to set up.
Okay.
So then when it's done, you take it, you cut out the squares so you can have individual little sandwiches like this. And then all you do is you get the peppermint crisp. That's all. I mean peppermint crisp. You need it, right? And you just dip it.
Oh, look at that.
So you coat it really well. Okay. Then have you met this guy?
Who is this, my friend?
Ice cream caramel crack. Dude, you pour this over your ice cream and it sits up rock hard.
Okay.
And you get that like. This is the stuff.
Oh, now we've just moved into the perfect dessert for our Heritage Day lunch. Bespoke box ticked all the way, chef.
You can drizzle over the
yes,
thing.
the honors of the drizzle. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to ask for music. We could have had some music with this. Never mind. I'm going to give you a little background music. So
Okay, go for it.
Bow, wow, bow, wow.
It's not coming out. The most amazing moment ever.
Give it to me. You were almost there.
I failed you, Clem. I failed you. I was trying to be too smooth with it. There we go. There we have it. Oh, if we had 50 frames per second of that would look just absolutely amazing. Chef Clem, thank you so much. Guys, we've just kicked off Heritage Day for you in style. We've just topped it off and that cherry on the top. And I mean that metaphorically when I'm talking about this incredible... Oh, look at this. It's like a cake. If I had birthday candles here, I'd start celebrating Heritage all over again.
All over again.
Man, thank you so much, Chef Clem.
Oh, man.
I love that. Oh, can I dig into this and try one?
Go for it.
It's Heritage Day after all. Let me get the cherry on the top. Peppermint crisp. This is for the people. Happy Heritage Day. You scream, we scream, we all scream for
ice cream. Now you can't talk. Now you can't talk. What do you mean to say to the people? Is it good?
It's just too good.
Have an amazing Heritage Day, South Africa. I am not here tomorrow, but enjoy it. Are you here tomorrow? He's here. See this guy. See this guy tomorrow. Peace out. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, in the words of Raul de Mornay, looks spectacular, man. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to ask Raul once he's cleaned all the ice cream off his face, he can come and join us. But of course, it is Heritage Day tomorrow. We're getting excited about what we're going to be eating, what we're going to be buying. What are you going to be doing?
I'm Braai.
You're Braai.
I'm Braai. I don't know what I'm buying yet. Raul, come on in. How good was that?
You're still covered in ice cream, bro.
Ice cream all over my mouth like a kid. It was so cool.
And we've made enough for everybody. So I'm definitely going to be Braaiing with the family. I mean, I've been doing a little bit of prep this week, and there's just nothing better than being around a fire and having my little one there. It's going to be Baba George's first Braai day, I suppose. So she'll be joining me for that. What are you going to be doing, bro?
I don't know. It's going to be special. Obviously, I get to say hello to everybody tomorrow morning, so I'm excited for that. But I think it's just enjoying what we have and being grateful for our blessings. I think I'm just going to spend time focusing on that, yeah.
Completely, man. It's level one. I think we're all feeling those new freedoms here. So hopefully you are going to be able to take the time to enjoy that with your family and just enjoy that one-on-one connection or connecting with the people that you love the most in your life. Now, speaking of which, we're going to continue with our midday broadcast at 11:30 this morning, and we're going to be welcoming two of our favorites, Aisha Baker and Waleed Wayne Parnell. They've been on a new journey of parenthood. They are just the coolest cats out there, undoubtedly. Look at that gorgeous little thing.
I have so much FOMO that you're going to be sitting down.
I know, she's a favorite of yours, eh?
Like,
why do you love her so much?
Because she's a mom-entrepreneur. She's just been killing the game. She was the first blogger ever to come out, and she's just so humble, down to earth, and then just how they portray themselves.
Family goals,
and just
yeah.
family goals, and just doing it together.
Mom-entrepreneur.
Mom-entrepreneur. It's a new word I learned for Heritage Day, everybody.
Actually, she's that and a whole lot more. So we're going to be doing that. We're also going to whip out a beautiful Heritage Day inspired pizza. They're going to help us to do that in the kitchen. So make sure you join us for another live broadcast at 11:30 this morning. But to my beautiful team, to all of you who have weighed in on this amazing long conversation that we've had today, hopefully you're going to sink your teeth into one of those later. We love you. We'll see you a little bit later.
Clover has been part of our South African heritage for over 120 years and wishes you all a happy Heritage Month. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.